TBH.
I thought it was everyone. Yes.
Today, we are in episode 196, and we're going to be answering your dating questions yet again. Based on what qualifications? I don't know. But we love a dating question around here. We always have a great time answering them.
Yeah, you love them.
Yeah. No, I think the dating ones are fun. I don't like the girl talk ones. That's the difference.
Oh my gosh,
I get it.
I'm not trying to do that.
Got it.
So yeah, I love a dating question. So that's what we're going to do today.
I will say either really quick question to tell you that it's going to be a very short phone call.
yes.
Or I'll say,
always do.
what are you up to? Oh, how much time? Do you have time? Like I'll always
say
feel
that.
around. Got to test the waters to see like, okay, how much can I go in depth on this thing I want
Or
to
I'm
talk
like,
about?
oh, I'm just saying, hey, what's up?
I don't do that.
Because I know people are scared of being trapped on the phone, so I'm always like, quick question. I'm not going to meet anyone until we face
I mean, it was like a public place, but like,
but I don't even know if I feel like you get a vibe if you're going to
well,
like them.
I just took a chance, right? But
Okay.
it's more stressful though to do that because you're like, I don't really know a vibe at all. So for me, it's like really like depending on how long in between the messages are, like it could be a day or 2 or 3 depending on how much you're actually messaging. But it's just like once you get a feel for like you start talking and then it's like, oh, there was like 3 questions there and it's like, okay, I can't really answer all of that over text, and it's just like, all right, well, maybe over coffee I could tell you about that, you know, like I feel like it naturally evolves of
Yeah,
like,
you
okay,
don't
like
wanna
we
be
got
on it
enough
for
of a
too long.
vibe.
So pretty
That's for me.
soon?
Soon.
How soon?
Like
A couple
a day,
days?
2, 3. Longer than that, I'm like, you're wasting my time, TBH.
I don't think it's necessarily like an amount of time. I think it's messages exchanged. Because like some people are really slow to respond to some like one message a day. But I think like probably like at least 3 or 4 like more informational messages where it's like to just so they seem normal. Like,
Yes.
oh, like what do you do for work? And then they like talk about that, or like, oh, like so have you lived here long, or you know, some more like, and then
What
seeing
even
that
questions?
they're answering questions in a normal good way.
Yes.
Did you have certain questions where you're like, I want to hear about these couple things before we meet? Like, what
No.
did you know?
I think usually it's like you look at something in their profile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of people have their dog and they're just like, oh, your dog or whatever. But I'm
I
not a
don't
dog
say
person.
that.
So
So the advice is you got to take a deep breath. Unfortunately, what you really need to do here is learn how to emotionally regulate yourself.
Yes.
Because you're feeling triggered. You don't know how to not talk to them. So you need to figure out, do I need to go take a walk, journal, go to therapy, take a bath? Like you got to do something
Call a
else.
friend.
Call a friend. Please call a friend.
Instead of calling them.
You have to do something else because you are triggered. So you need to figure out how you're going to
And learn
regulate.
how to accept, instead of being like, oh, I feel so clingy, be like, you can find the fear of being like, oh, I actually am scared of this, so I want to cling on to them. So let me express the fear that I'm scared of this.
And yeah, it's good
Now
if
make
you
you feel
identify,
better.
like, oh, they just sent that text that was really short and it triggered me, so it made me want to send them more texts that are like trying to get them
Yes.
to get a nice response out of them. But they just did the short one. They're not going to magically be nice after
post
that.
a cute pic on your story so they'll see it.
Yeah.
We've all been there.
We've all
I mean,
been
that's
there.
better than texting them.
Well,
Yes.
I'm saying that's what your
Well, I'm
urge
saying,
is.
if she's
but I'm
like, should I
telling you
post a
that
pic or
urge,
text it?
it's like
Post a pic.
you are good enough and you don't need to post that pic.
Amen.
And like that's not going to make you feel better, even if they respond to your story.
Well,
Just-
I keep seeing this on TikTok. People are like, he knows you're pretty. He just doesn't want to talk to you.
Oh my gosh! Wait,
So,
that's
like-
too true!
Like posting a picture is not going to change it. He knows what you look like. Like he knows you're pretty.
Yeah, if he wanted to talk to,
Like doing
He's
the
gonna-
pic's not going to change it. He already knows that.
yeah, if you post that he didn't respond to the pic and say anything,
Oh.
he doesn't want to tell you that.
you could be like, it could be someone that you like. Oh, you like, I don't want to say work together. That's kind of sticky.
You like see them around. You know them socially.
You were in the same circle maybe, and you're kind
That's
of like
not the
starting to
talking.
talk.
You
Meet- what is the talking stage?
To me, the talking stage includes the first date.
Are they saying
Like,
texting?
you're talking.
They're
If
talking
that's what you mean,
before
if
a
it's
date.
Well,
texting.
no, but I don't know because I
Like,
think
you
once
hang
you
out.
go
Okay,
on
let's
a
do
another
date, you're
question
like
then.
dating.
I don't know. That's a little unclear.
And just start lighthearted, like as much as you can. I know it's hard because you're like you have so much fear from like the pain you've been through. But if you try to just think of dating as a casual thing, it tricks your mind a little.
Yeah.
And you're like, I'm just gonna date a bunch of people. It's not serious. And then eventually you will be able to like change your association that all people are horrifying snakes in disguise. And she's like, you thought you were messy, but really you're just not organizing in a way that works for you and your style. So yeah. how to do laundry when you're depressed, and then clutterbug.
I don't think I have any good advice besides that. I was just say I asked Nick about this. Would you say I'm messy or clean?
Messy.
So I'm the messy person in our marriage,
Yeah,
but
I
I'm
see
naturally a very clean person until depression.
Yeah.
Like as a child, everything was flawlessly, shockingly cleaned. That was more like the OCD though. But it was like shocking how clean I was, and how I would get mad at Kath and put the line down our room, and get really mad if she put one thing on my side. Everything was perfectly organized, perfectly clean all the time. But I do keep our house really clean, just not my personal areas. But I keep everything else clean. So I'm not really a messy all around person. You know, some people it's like messy all around.
Yeah.
I'm not that. But yeah, apparently I'm the messy person, allegedly. I said, am I more clean or messy? And he said, messy.
Yeah.
But this goes back to the clutterbug quiz that some people like to have their items displayed.
That's my problem.
So they don't forget them, me. And some people,
Nick
my husband,
doesn't
like to
that.
hide all their items away.
I like to hide.
Because
Get
they
'em
don't
out.
like things out. And then
Get
they
'em
think you're
away.
messy, but really you're just displaying
They
your
can't
items.
know I have things.
Oh wait, I
see
do
them.
advice. I do advice. Okay, this is my advice. You need to talk to the person and ask them what their biggest priorities are, their biggest stressors.
Yes.
I said, Nick, what is the most irritating thing for you to be messy? And he told me.
Well, that's actually
he
really
said when
great
things
advice.
are on the floor in this exact spot where I always put stuff on the floor, which I didn't know that. He never told me that.
How
and then
would
he
you
said
know?
certain like common areas. Guess what? They're all clean now. Guess what? My closet, a bomb went off. Okay, but he didn't say my closet.
Does he care about your closet having a bomb? No.
Maybe a little bit, but whatever. So that's my advice is ask what's the most stressful place in the house for you to be messy, and then start there.
Wow, Lisa. Wow.
No, we're too late. We said that's
was funny.
great.
That
we
was
said
a
the wrong
great
question.
answer.
Iconic.
I copied it from the notes.
Forgot the word song.
I'm sorry, podcast listeners.
Why didn't you just ask what the real question was?
Yeah, what?
She had to
She
tell
was going for the drama. Look, she had 12,000 childhood.
Okay, that was great. I love
that.
Let me do some
like
swiping.
a vibe of a
All you do
person.
is think, do I look like I could have fun talking to them? Yes.
Okay. That's what I'll think now. So you have to swipe in this endless Amazon rainforest of randos with fish, and then
They all have fish?
Now we're so freaking old. They're just old now, and I'm just like, dang, this is crazy. And everyone's all just like, oh, margaritas. Oh, get drinks. I'm like, bro, I'm a sober queen. But
I will say
anywho.
that my actual husband literally had the word margarita in his bio.
Exactly.
So,
Of course
and it
it's
turned
a
out great.
sea of margaritas and fish out here, people.
He loves a margarita.
What's a gal to do in a sea of group pictures where you don't know who it is?
Oh my
Or
god.
weird selfies?
Not the Snapchat filter selfies.
Oh, that's an instant
Or
flag.
the weird pickup lines that make you have to unmatch them because you're like,
like,
that
whoa.
is disturbing. Or like just so many people. It's just there's too much, and then you start to message them, and then you just ghost them all. If you're me, and then you have to come back like a million years later, like, hey, and then you're like, I don't even want to. It's so hard for me to keep my attention on an app or anything like that. And Lauren's out here just having a ball, but I am not having a ball.
Amy's like, sorry, I was in the shower. 2
I
weeks later.
literally